Thank you, Rhiannon. Woo! How's the Casbah doing tonight, everybody? Lounge. Sorry. You know, they say time heals all wounds, but you know, it's been 20 years and I still hate my nose. Let's get under the light. I'm sure it's kind of obvious as to why. Because, you know, anytime like I feel down about it, I get made fun of it like my whole life. You know, anytime you go to someone for like, you know, to cheer you up, it never works. Like my ex-girlfriend, right? I tell her this and she's like, well, you know, Bill, it's not so bad. I mean, at least you could smell better. That's why she's my ex-girlfriend. But you know, you don't have to feel sorry for me because I'm Polish. Now you can feel sorry for me. Yeah, I'm Polish from my mom's side. It's kind of funny though. Like I'm doing stand-up comedy right now, and I'm Polish, and I don't know. That's pretty much like a literal definition of a living joke. I think it's pretty much a literal definition of a living joke. Yeah, but it's you know, like I said, I still have some Scottish blood on my dad's side. So we got any other Scots in here? Yeah, no. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that got me thinking too. I'm like, okay, if I'm Polish and Scottish, what if someone's Polish and Irish? I'm like, you know what? They'd be pretty easy to spot. They'd be the guy getting lost on the way to the bar, though. That's what I would think. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, it's pretty. You know why most Polacks end their last names with ski? You know, like Podolski. You know, something like that. It's because we can't spell toboggan. That's why. And you know, and when I was writing that joke, I'll admit it, I couldn't even spell. I just like drew the sled and said it begins with a T. You'll know it when you're on stage. That's what I did. I knew. I'm not even gonna lie there, but. No, but I did a little research because I wanted to know why. I'm like, why? Why are we so stereotyped as being so stupid? I wanted to figure this out. So, you know, I did a little research, and a lot of it dates back to World War II. You know, a little history lesson for you. Anybody remember something called the Blitzkrieg? Basically, you know, Germans invaded Poland like really quickly, just to sum it up. And I figured out actually how they did that. Apparently, they marched in backwards, and we thought that they were leaving. It's like, oh, how the fuck did you? Wow, how did you do that? That was awesome. And at that point, it's just we were just so stunned by it, we just let them have it. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, you know, just take us over. That was cool. You gotta show us how to do this sometime. But you know, we did some pretty good things in World War II. We were the first ones who ever used used horses to fight tanks. True story. Yeah, that's right. True story. And you know what? That's a good thing in my mind, because before that, everybody just assumed horse flesh couldn't penetrate tank armor, but we proved it. Like, we proved it. It was just an assumption, right? I mean, everybody assumed that getting bit by a radioactive spider would kill you, but no, you use spider powers. So you know what I mean? Yeah, I made a Spider-Man reference, whatever. Yeah, so. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, that was a good thing, and you know, it was like I said, I did a little research. So, and this is basically how it sort of played out. When after it happened, you know, we got slaughtered. Obviously, we went back to the Allies, and they see us walk through the door. It's like, oh look, you know, the Polacks are back. So we, you know, they said, so did it work? So they said, so you're back, huh? Yes. Did it work? Yeah. What did you learn? We need bigger horse next time. Bigger horse, strong. That's pretty much that. Pretty much like my Polish history right there. Not really much you could say. That's about it. Another thing you can know about me too. I'm a suburbanite. Yeah, cool. That's awesome. I love it. Yay. I think it's pretty cool. Everybody's always saying like, oh yeah, you know how you see people walk around thugs and they say like, oh yeah, you know your ghetto when? Everybody's heard that term, like, oh yeah, you know your ghetto when this. I came up with this list of rules that you know when you're suburban. Like, you know you're suburban when, after you open a bag of chips, instead of like tying it with an elastic, you have an actual clip, whose purpose is like solely designed to close. It's called a chip clip, you know what I mean? Like, I got one, right? I know it, I got one. So. Also, you know you're suburban when you call coffee and a muffin a latte and a scone. You know you're suburban when you don't rip holes in your jeans. You buy jeans with rips in them, kind of like that right there. Not only that, you know you're suburban when you still use the word steeped to describe things. That's or you know you're suburban when after somebody coughs, you respond by saying Robitussin. Not only that, I think you know you're pretty much you're suburban when the closest you've ever had a black guy to being in your house is when you watch reruns of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's pretty much it. I know. Not only that, I think you know you're suburban when you had a Tickle Me Elmo. Did anybody here have a Tickle Me Elmo at all? Kind of an older crowd, but I mean, if you bought for somebody, but I never did, surprisingly enough. But I thought about it, you know, like after a while I was like, no, I really didn't want one because like, it's just Elmo, right? Like it'd be much better if they had like, you know, like celebrities or something like that, you know what I mean? Like wouldn't it be fucking awesome if you had a tickle me Samuel L. Jackson? Like really, wouldn't that be awesome? You start tickling, why are you tickling me, motherfucker? Do I look like a bitch? Like that'd be sick, right? That'd be awesome. Or they had something like, you know, like a tickle me Paris Hilton, which I figured would just be like a bag of AIDS or something like that. You know what I mean? Or like, they'd have a little fun with it, right? There was like a whole line of like sex toy ones sort of thing, right? Like, you know, like you walk into a sex shop, it's like, you know, you see someone's like, oh, they got the Fist Me Ferguson here today, that's sick. Or like, you know, Lick Me Lucy, something like that, Anal Me Anna. You know, you be creative with it. Someone can think of one, just throw it out. That's all I got. Yeah, not only that, the other thing, I hear this a lot. I don't know if anybody hears when someone says like, "Oh man," I mean, when people get lost, they're like, "Oh man, we're right in the middle of butt fuck nowhere." Anybody say that? I've heard that used a lot. So you know, the other day I heard someone say that. I'm like, does that mean like I don't get it? Like, does that mean like if you get lost, you're gay? You know, like, does that mean like if I'm lost, that like I like sucking cock or whatever? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. So like by all regards, like that means like, you know, when I know where I'm going, and when I get where I'm going, and someone's like, yo, Bill, do you know where we are, man? I can be like, no, man, I know exactly where we are. We are right in the middle of penis and vagina somewhere, man. We're right in the middle of it. I guess I'll end you with this one here. The other day, another thing I overhear people say a lot is they say the phrase cash money, right? Yo, dude, we can make some serious cash money. I hear that a lot. And I really don't like that because I'm thinking, well, okay, like I'll give props to the guy for using a synonym in a sentence, but I mean, like, I don't know, like I'm like, who really does talk like that? Because if I go to a club or something like that, and if I pick up this doesn't happen, but theoretically here, okay, if I went to a club and I picked up a chick, you know, I took her home that night, like, okay, that's something I want to tell my buddies, right? But if I'm gonna tell my buddies that, I'm not gonna go up to them and be like, hey, yo, dude guy, yo, last night evening, I sex fucked this chick girl with my dick penis. Yo, man, it was sick, not feeling good. All right, everybody, I've been Bill Barrett. That's been my time.